Okay, guys, today I want you to write down a goal, alright? And when you write down this goal, I want you to think about what steps you're gonna take to achieve this goal, alright? Think real long and hard on it. And then I want you to think about the kind of obstacles that you're gonna face.
Hello beautiful people, it's Robyn Thomas with Resemble Me by Robyn. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so on today, if you can tell by the title, we are going to go through how to install Marley twist. So today I'm doing medium long Marley twist on my client, and we're going to go step by step on how to install. I'm going to answer the most needed questions, like how do I get the twist to stay, how do I make them consistent, how do I make them look good, how do I know how much hair to use, how do I start with the invisible root method. We're going to go over so many things on how to install the twist. So if that is something that you're interested in, please stay tuned, and trust me, you'll need to pay attention. Alright, so starting off, we are going to be using Cuban twist Marley hair. This is my absolute favorite hair to use with Marley twist. I love how Afro-y it is, and I love that it doesn't leave like any ridges. It's the perfect twist. It's perfect. So we're going to be using 24 inches of hair. This hair comes in all different lengths, so it depends on how long you want it. If you're looking for more of a shoulder to mid-back, definitely want to go like 12 inches, and then of course the longer the hair you get, the longer it is, and it actually stretches, so it's going to be pretty long. So right now I'm just showing you how many or what color hair we're using. So I have 6 packs, and we're going to be doing some beautiful twists and color combinations. So no, I'm not going to use all of it, but I did want to have a variety of colors. I want to have a lot of dimension. So if you want to go plain, you go plain, and if you want to do color, of course you can do color. Alright, so what you see me doing now is removing each pack of hair from the pack using a powder brush, brushing the ends. What this is doing is creating detangled ends or bushy ends. This will help whenever installing, when it comes to the ends, for a nice, sleek, smooth ending. So this part is very important, and doing it beforehand while the bundles are in bulk is much better and much more it helps with time, as opposed to every single twist detangling the ends whenever you're about to install them. So doing this ahead of time, and with the pack still being in the bundles, you can save a lot of time. So prep time for this probably takes me all of 10 minutes or so. So it is totally up to you if you decide if you want to have your hair blown out or in its natural state, super detangled. So that's your preference. I have my clients to blow their hair out. The gel that I use, which is My Gel by Joy Naturals, it is super moisturizing. So it's already instead of it being like edge control where it's super thick and it makes everything just like stay and stick, it's more so of a moisturizing gel. Alright, so what you see me doing is I parted the hair, and what I'm doing for the back, which I do for the nape and especially around the edges, yes, I part them medium. However, and because we're doing a medium install, however, I do not use the same amount of hair I use in the middle of her hair around the edges or the perimeter. Our edges and nape area are the most sensitive areas, okay? You have to keep them protected. Never ever compromise your hair for an install. Never. When I first started, I would have people say, oh, can you make it fuller? No, you don't have enough hair to be putting a ton of hair on there. So you always want to go with the density of the client's hair, and I'm going to get to that. But as you can see, all I did was go in and separate the hair in half, making sure that it's even on both sides. I'm twisting the same direction. So a Marley twist, in order to start with the root method, you have to twist and twist. So making sure the hair is even on both sides of the hair that you're installing. Whenever you separate the hair to install the twist, you want to make sure that it's even. This helps for a nice, clean, flawless, consistent twist. I am going to get into much more detail. I'm just going over right now how to install the twist. So you want to make sure that you're not putting in too much hair. You want to make sure that you're not putting in too little hair, but you never want to compromise your hair for a style. Okay, so rule of thumb, always make the nape and the edge area, when you're doing the same size parts, always go with the density of the client's hair. So as you see what I did, I took one of those pieces and I split it in half. Okay, you twist it and you twist all the way down. So that's the twist. Alright, how do you know how much hair to use? So like I was stating, you want to make sure that you are going with the density of the client's hair. At this point, I'm now separating. So these are really thick. I love this hair. That's why I love this hair. So this part right here is probably using 2/3 of, or not even 2/3, probably about 3/4. So I'm only leaving out just a little bit, maybe 2/3 to 3/4, depending on how thick that section of hair is that I'm installing on. Okay, so again, always go with the density of the client's hair, and that's basically how thick it is, how full it is. Okay, and you can feel it whenever you're twisting, and sometimes this comes with time, you know, to be able to feel the hair real quick and be able to say, okay, I know how much I want to pull. It's another reason why I like to use specific hair, because I know exactly how many packs to use, how much, and how much I need to deal with. So I know, okay, 2/3, 1/3, a half, or whatever. I know how much to put in. So always go with the density of the client's hair. All right. How do I get my twist to stay using the invisible root method? Pay attention. All right, you want to separate, as you see me do, the hair in half. Make sure it is even. Make sure that it is even. You want a flawless twist. Whenever you're doing your own two-strand twist, you want to make sure that it's even. Okay, you don't want one side to have too much hair and the other side has a little. It will not look like it's coming from the roots, or it will not look like it's theirs. Although we know it's extensions, it will not look like it's theirs if you do not make sure that it is even on both sides. Okay, this helps also make sure that the twists are consistent. So the hair that you're installing is even, as well as how you split the client's hair or your hair, if you're doing it yourself, is even. I turn my back to him. I plan to teach him more than I could in that classroom. Alright, so I have now prepped this part of the hair to install. I'm taking it, I found the middle of the Marley hair, and now I am going up to her scalp. I'm taking one side to hold, and I'm going to twist the other side. Okay, so what I'm doing is, it's almost like I pinch with my index and my thumb finger on my left hand to hold, and then I'm using my right hand to twist. So what I'm doing is I'm actually kind of trying to fold that hair over, right? So I'm folding the black hair over the blonde hair, and then the blonde hair over the black hair as I'm twisting. Okay? You want to make sure that you're holding that tight, but not too tight to where it's pulling. So what is it? Taut? But not too tight so that it's pulling. Make sure all of those flyaways are out of the way, because pulling those random pieces can hurt the client's head, and it can also lead for your parts not to be nice. Okay, so after I feel that I have twisted enough and I've gotten a good anchor, it is still, I'm going to take my right hand and grab the left side of the twist, move it underneath, and make sure that it is nice and neat. I don't have any clumps up there. I'm going to do the same thing and twist it to the right. What you see me doing on my left hand is getting hold of it so that I can continue to twist it before I start to go down the length of the twist while twisting, okay? So you want to make sure that it is secure. So if you can see now, it is not moving at the base, which means it is secure, okay? So with Marley twist and Senegalese twist, you are twisting in the same direction, and then you're twisting the twist. In order to keep them together, you have to twist and twist. So I'm using my right hand to twist, okay? And then I'm using my left hand to twist. Okay, so I'm twisting and I'm going down the length of it. So twist and twist. So you're twisting with your right, and you're also twisting the same direction with your left. Alright, how do I make the install full but not bulky? So what you need to do is what we call like brick parting. So you can do brick parting with box parting, or really any type of parting. All it is like windows, making sure that each twist fall in between two twists that are underneath it. Okay, so it'll be a full install, but it won't be spacey, and it also won't be bulky. So having those twists to fall in between is what you want. So you create a row or whatever, and the row above it, you want to make sure that you're parting to where it goes in between the two. Okay, that helps them to not be bulky, but also to helps to make sure that they are nice and full. So you can see that right now. Alright, so why should you pre-part? Pre-parting sections at a time really helps speed you up. So people ask, well, how can I go faster? So think about it. If you have to pick up your comb before each and every part, you're wasting time having to pick up, put down, pick up, put down. So pre-part out about 9 twists or sections for twists at a time, and that'll really help you save time. Alright, so here's a quick Marley twist hair tip. The hair is very kinky, as you can see. You just want to pull it apart extremely, extremely hard every single time you're detangling. If not, you're going to have a field day. I promise you. How do I get my twist to stay consistent the entire length of the twist? Alright, this is a big problem that people have. So it starts with the foundation. We have already gone over how to actually install it, okay? So you find the direction that you're going to twist in. You twist it on one side and make sure that it is nice and stable. You bring the other side underneath. So the side that you just twisted, you fold over. You bring the other side underneath. You make sure everything is nice and smooth. Okay, and then you twist that in the same direction. In this video, we were twisting to the right. So you twist in the same direction. I'm twisting over to the right, and then I cross over going to the left. If you're doing the opposite, you're going to twist to the left and you're going to cross over to the right. Okay, so keeping the twist consistent. You see how my index finger on my left hand is always right up underneath that twist. okay? Keep it right up underneath that. So that helps it to not unravel even just a little bit. Now, it's not going to unravel if you install it at the base correct, but keep it in nice and tight and consistent. You want to keep the index finger, so if you're twisting the opposite way, it's going to be your right index finger. Whenever you go to twist and you're going through the ends to kind of keep it detangled, you want to make sure that you keep that index finger right up underneath it. It's like a resting place almost. It's a resting place for you whenever you need to detangle, you need to add more product, kind of like how I just did. You want to do it right up underneath it. That helps it to stay very, very consistent throughout the entire twist, okay? That keeps it tight without having to like hurt your wrist, and we're gonna get into that a little bit more. But you just want to keep it consistent the entire way down. Do the same thing, twist to the right both ways like we're doing in this video, or if you're opposite, twist to the left, flip it over. Twisting to the right, you're going to flip over the left side. Make sure that that left index finger, or you're going to flip over to the left, make sure that that left index finger is right up underneath it, okay?
Now I'm just in at the past. I wrote this email to ask, man, will you ever come back just for a visit or something? I sit and wish that you come and maybe just sit at our lunch and eat with us, snacking on Funyuns. I know your music is bumping. I hope you get all you wanted.
How do I make sure that my hands and wrists don't start hurting? Okay, so this is important for Marley twist, but more so important for Senegalese twist, because Senegalese twist, you use silkier hair, so more like expressions hair. Because this is Marley twist and the hair is afro-y, it resembles our hair, so it kind of just falls in place for us. But so that your so that your hands and wrists don't start to hurt, you want to make sure you keep my last tip in mind, okay? So I'm not doing too much. If you see, my wrists and stuff aren't going like that. I am controlling everything pretty much with my fingers. Twist and twist. Make sure that that index finger, if you're twisting to the right, it's going to be your left index finger that is going to anchor that. If you are twisting to the left, it's going to be your right index finger that helps keep it in place. See how I'm able to hold that and detangle that? Okay, I'm able to hold it with my left and detangle it, and all I do is twist and twist. If you ever come to a point where you feel like it's unraveling or something, go back up and hold it and twist it kind of how we did at the root. So twist it a few times to the right and then flip it over and twist the other side a few times. This will help you create a good base, so that you're so that you're able to just continuously go down the length of the twist as I am doing. Twist and twist, twist and twist, twist and twist. And if you see, I'm really going kind of soft, like I'm really not using a lot of effort, and it's all in the base of your twist, okay? If the base of your twist is not good, then the length of your twist will not be good, okay? Alright, so what do I do if the hair begins to thin out on one side or it becomes uneven towards the ends? So this happens sometimes, okay? What you do is you just start taking a little piece at a time, okay? So all I'm doing is separating little pieces. I'm using my left index finger to anchor and push that up, and then I continue to twist all the way down. I do that until I absolutely can't twist anymore. You want to make sure that it is as even as possible on both sides the entire length of the twist. Alright, so we are a little over halfway through. This has probably taken me about 2 hours. It takes me 4 to 5 hours from start to finish, like client coming in to taking pictures and saying goodbye. Thank you so much, for coming in. It takes me about 4 to 5 hours. This one took me probably about 4.5 because I was making sure I got some good angles and I was recording this for y'all. Alright, so all of the twists have somewhere to fall in between. It is looking nice and full, but it is also not bulky. Okay, so I'm just kind of going around and showing you what it looks like so far.
Okay, guys, today I want you to write down a goal, alright? And when you write down this goal, I want you to think about what steps you're gonna take to achieve this goal, alright? Think real long and hard on it. And then I want you to think about the kind of obstacles that you're gonna face. How will you overcome those obstacles? Then we're gonna show what we got, okay, guys?
How do I know I'm installing the twist correctly? Alright, so we go in, we separate it, okay, we get our even half, and you can feel with both fingers to make sure it's even, and it wasn't, so that's why I was like, okay, let me just do it again. Boom, now it's even. Alright, you take your hair, make sure that it is centered as much as possible. I'm holding, then I'm going to twist over, flipping that hair on top of that. If your base, like I was just saying, is not sturdy, okay, then that means that your twist will not be sturdy. So, how to know? A couple ways if you're installing the twist correctly. I use two different ways. Well, now I don't have to, but just so you know, it's two different ways you can do it, okay? Make sure that it is nice and tight, but not, pulling or whatever throughout. So you can see the base as I'm twisting, the top of that twist is not twisting while I'm twisting. This is how I know that it is secure. The top is at a standstill. It is not continuously twisting itself over as I'm twisting. The hair is not coming out as I'm twisting. It is nice and together. Also, I can let it go and it does not unravel. That's a good twist. I can let it go at any time and it does not unravel. Okay, that is how you know you are installing your twist correctly. The base stays as you are twisting, and then if you are to let it go, it will not unravel on you.
Try to remember when you was a youngin' out here acting foolish, who came and changed the world and even challenged how you viewed it. Now imagine if the teacher never met you chasing music. And I know that sounds bizarre, but from afar that's what you doing, man. How many kids you inspire, how many faces you light up, how you glow brighter and brighter. You touch they soul with good fire, they self-esteem getting higher. You putting gold up inside them, it's coming down to the wire. Now your decision is dire. How many views do you think that they gon' come across? The future in your hands, I hope that you don't pass them off. I know it's really up to you, only you know your heart. But stick around and be the teacher that I know you are.
I know what you wanna say. You're running away, but you're scared to let go. It's written all on your face. You're stepping on faith. What's ahead you don't know.
Yeah, look.
Alright, here is a big question. How do I protect my edges while installing Marley Twist? So as you see, I am still doing medium parts. However, I am not using the same amount of hair. So around this edge area where we tend to be a little shy of hair, I always make sure to use at least half of the twist or half of the Marley hair. Alright, so you are to never, ever, unless it is like a mannequin head and it is thick all throughout, you are to never, ever use the same amount of hair on your edges and your nape area as you would in the middle of your hair, okay? Never, ever do that if you want to protect your edges around here, okay? Also, so I know I said that whenever you are separating a client's hair to install the twist, that it needs to be even on both sides. The only section of the hair that I do not take this into account is the edge area, okay? And the front edges all around the temple area and especially the top. So you're going to see here, what I actually do is whatever side is closer to the edges, I have more hair on that side. So you can see as I split that, the right side has a little bit more hair than it has on the left, okay? It'll be fine, I promise you. health over anything else, okay? We're not compromising our hair for a style. All right, so separate the hair, even make sure that you have the length of the hair you put in. The Marley hair is even on both sides, all the way down as much as possible. If not, we've already went over how to make sure that the twists are, when it comes to the end, how to ball our hair to make sure that we can twist it all the way down. But you want to twist to the right. Okay, in this video we've been twist to the right. So we take it in half. We anchor it with one, so I anchor with my left. I was holding the left side. I use my index finger and my thumb to hold the right side of the hair as I'm twisting. I twist to the right with my right hand until I make sure that it's nice and secure how I want it. I take that, I twist one more good twist, and I fold it on top of the left, okay? Then I take that from underneath. Now my left hand is holding the twist that I just twisted to the right. Alright, now the hair that's underneath, I make sure it's nice and neat. And it's about to come up again, okay? So over, pull that from underneath. I separate as much as I need to. I'm pulling that to make sure it's nice and neat. And I do a nice twist, okay, to make sure that I have that. And I twist and I twist and I twist until I feel that it is secure and it is not going to come apart. Alright, I twist to the right with my right hand, I twist to the right with my left hand, and I continue to fold my right hand on top of my left, okay? When I do that, I'm switching hands, or I'm switching, my hands with side of the twist I'm grabbing, and I continuously do the same thing all the way down the length of the hair. Okay, just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. All right, last one. Let's go through it one more time. So I'm not in the on the edges, so I part it very even. I make sure that my hair that I'm installing is even. I take it, I anchor with my left, I use my right to twist. Remember, I'm trying to fold the hair over each other, okay? Once I get that nice and secure, I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull my left side of the twist underneath, make sure that it's nice and smooth, and I'm going to anchor again with my left index finger and thumb, and I'm going to twist and twist and twist until I feel like that is secure, okay? And then I'm going to twist to the same direction on both hands, so both of them are going to the right. If you just do it without actually using a twist, you'll feel funny, but you twist and you twist. My right side, I'm pulling on top. After I've twisted both sides, I pull my right one on top, so my left hand comes underneath. I switch with my index fingers. I get it with my index fingers, and I continue to twist. Remember, we like to use that index finger when we're twisting to the right. We're using that left index finger to anchor that, okay? That is how it is able to not unravel as I am twisting and switching my hands, okay? Or switching the hair in between my hands. I'm using my left index finger as an anchor. I use it as an anchor when I'm detangling. I use it as an anchor as I'm twisting. It really, really helps it to stay in place. Okay? So twist all the way down the length. If you feel like you're getting towards the end where you need to borrow a little bit of hair, make sure you do so a little bit at the time, making sure that the length is the same and that it is even on both sides. Alright, so this is how much hair we had left. We only used, so I was saying all the 6 packs, we probably used like maybe a little over 4. So I didn't even use all the brown. I used some of the ombre. I used most of the 27 and the 30. So as you can see, that's probably about a little under a pack left over there. Then I have some brown, and then I have 1 strand of the colored hair. All right, so this part is very, very important. I do this for my clients. Everybody doesn't do it, but this is how you properly moisturize your twist when you have your install in. I like to start my clients off with a nice, fresh, moisturized style, not just the install. So I start off their moisture routine for them, and they know, okay, about 2 or 3 or so days after this, I need to go ahead and pick it up. So I start with my Roots Moisture Mist, which is rose water mixed with a few essential oils to help aid in moisture. And I like to start in the middle. That is the part that we most neglect, right? So starting in the middle, and then when you're spraying like around the perimeter and outside, the middle still kind of gets a little bit of that mist. I go down, I try to spray the length of the client's hair, okay? Not the entire twist, just the length of the client's hair. I then take my Roots Enhanced hair and body oil, and again, I'm starting in the middle, and I'm just going in between those parts, and I'm taking my dropper, and I'm dropping the oil, putting the oil in there. So starting in the middle, one, helps, especially when you get to styling and stuff. That part gets a lot of attention. So starting in the middle and kind of letting the oil run down as it absorbs is very, very, very important when it comes to making sure that your hair stays nice and moisturized and healthy. Again, especially when it comes to you using your doing your buns and your styling, anything when it comes to tension in the middle of your head. So starting in the middle, the part that we most neglect, actually helps it run down everywhere. So you want to make sure too, if you have any problem areas, to make sure you put your oil on your problem areas as well. So now what you see me doing is taking some and putting it on the palm of my hands, and I'm just going down the shaft of her hair. Never go up and down, because you're going to create friction, which causes frizz, which can cause your hair to start sticking out, and you don't want that to happen. So I make sure I'm scrunching around where I feel like the ends of her hair are. And again, I'm not using a ton of this stuff, so I use the mist to make sure that it's damp to touch but not drenching, okay? And the same thing with the oil. I put enough on so that I can feel it to touch when I first put it on, but not necessarily, okay, now I'm gonna lay down and I get up and it ain't nothing but oil on my pillow. That's too much. Alright, so that is how you moisturize your hair. Now, how do I finish this style? So all I'm doing is, I don't have to go up and like I do box braids, cutting up the shaft of the hair. I don't have to do that. So I'm just cutting a little bit of the straight pieces at the bottom that I feel are a little too long for my liking. And now I'm separating the hair. I want to make sure that I get enough. Here I'm using Nairobi styling foam. I normally use Tresemme, but I was out that day and I don't believe Target had any. So the reason that you use a foam to end a style, people think, oh, it's just for the flyaways. Absolutely, it's for little flyaways. But our hair swells when it becomes wet, okay? So the styling foam or the mousse or whatever you choose to use, like I said, I prefer to use mousse. Now Nairobi does its job, okay, but I prefer to use mousse whenever I'm ending the style. What it does, it has water in it, right? So what it's doing right now is it's wanting to revert her hair back to its natural state in the twist, which is why it's important for me, for my clients to have blown out hair, so that it's just nice and smooth as I'm installing. That way, especially when it gets to this part all the way at the end, and it does this, the hair isn't tangling within itself, okay? Your hair isn't tangling underneath it. Everything is nice and stretched out. All of the hair was nice and smooth. The hair installing was nice and smooth, okay? So our hair begins to expand, okay, in these twists. So that helps to secure it even a little bit more, while also helping put down some of those flyaways. Actually, with Marley Twist, you don't even necessarily have to worry about flyaways because the hair is an afro texture, which I love, 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 love. So you don't really have to worry about that part. I choose to use my dryer to kind of go down. As you see, I'm not going up and down. I'm going down because I don't want to create, I don't want to go up and down to create any type of friction or anything. Okay, so we are all done. I have my water boiling. For some reason, I didn't get this part on video, but I will definitely explain it to you. So I'm just looking at her hair and making sure everything looks up to par how I want it to look. So to seal the ends, to make sure that they don't unravel. They're not going to unravel if you install them the way that I told you to and you go down the length of the hair. However, we gotta make sure that they don't unravel. Okay, so you boil your water, you take your hot boiling water. Once it is done, you open it. I use like a little teapot I just got from Target. You open it and you want to take sections that you can handle, gather the twist together, and you want to dip it in there. I like to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down until I feel that the hair is pretty straight. So you want it to be pretty hot boiling water. If the client's hair is very long for where you're wanting to dip your ends, you want to make sure that the water isn't scorching hot. Okay, make sure it's not scorching hot, just hot enough, because you don't want to burn those ends, okay, or the ends of the client's hair. All right, how do I create custom color mixes? Look, you just make it do what it do, okay? You find colors that you like. You say, I'm gonna install a little bit here, I'm gonna install a little bit there. I chose to do chunks in places for the hair. So in the back, all of the colors are here. All right, so I have all the mix of the colors that I use. And so I just have streaks. I wanted dimensions. I want highlights, low lights, light, dark. I just wanted them everywhere. So you can become extremely, extremely creative. You can also take some of the hair, and which I'll show you, but you can also take some of the hair and mix them together. So for most of the install, I just use the hair as individuals. So the ombre hair, as you can see, is on the left. And then I use some 27, I use some 4s, and I use some 30s. Just exactly how I want it. I knew on the left side that if she put like all of her hair to the front, I wanted the bottom to have the ombre color and have the darker color. So it's on the back left and really the back left and the side left is more dark than it is light. So I have the ombre, what is it, like T1B30, and then I have the number 4 mostly on the left side of her head. And then I have the hair mixed. I have 4 and the ombre hair mixed all throughout. But as you can see, I use most of the 27 and the 30. I only had 1 pack of each, but they just pop so well. So you can see a little bit more. Alright, I'm showing you the hair. So this is a color number 4. Like I said, I use most of the dark on the left side. This is a T1B to 30. I really hope I'm saying that color right. If not, please refer to the beginning of the video. So it ombres down to a number 30. So pretty. Look at that. Okay. And on this side, I actually mix. So I have some 4 mixed with some 30. I have some 4 mixed with some 27. I have some 27 mixed with some 30. So I just added a couple of those in there just to kind of spice it up a little bit. Here is more of that. So I have those mixed again, 4 mixed with 30, 27 mixed with 30, and 30 mixed with 4, 30 mixed with 27, and 4 mixed with 27. Yep. So I hope you all really enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not hesitate to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, I am about to be teaching y'all. I'm finna teach and teach and teach. So if you want this knowledge, come back. I bet y'all don't know what movie that's off of. Definitely come back. Share this with somebody who is thinking of installing some Marley Twists. Like, sis, I don't know what to do. Somebody who may need some color inspiration. They're having problems with any one of those questions that I answered. Send that, share that, save this for yourself to refer to when you come back to put it in. Marley Twists are a wonderful protective style for any, when I say any season, whether it's hot, it's cold, whatever. At any time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next week for another lesson of a protective style. All right, peace and blessings.
Okay, guys, today I want you to write down a goal, alright? And when you write down this goal, I want you to think about what steps you're gonna take to achieve this goal, alright? Think real long and hard on it. And then I want you to think about the kind of obstacles that you're gonna face. How will you overcome those obstacles? Then we're gonna show what we got, okay, guys?